This has Bears fans fed up. Some recent performances from one side of the ball on this Bears team raises concerns for the playoff push. Welcome to Bears Digest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Dylan Guinzy. Thank you for joining me once again. If you have not subscribed already, please do so. 85.7% of watchers of the last month are not subscribed, so be sure to hit that button and that bell so you're notified on all things Bears that we are releasing here through the playoffs, and hopefully it lasts quite a while. Before we get into the news here today, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the US. On their platform, you can trade on real-life events, sports, elections, and really everything. If you're in California, Texas, or anywhere across the country, Kalshi is live in all 50 states. For sports fans, you can trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, player performances, all in a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. It's a smarter way to use your sports or news knowledge, and you can close on positions whenever you want. Just like Chicago Bears win total up to the final week of the season. Where can you trade things like that? Kalshi is where you can trade things like that. You can also get a little bit more unique with it with what the announcers will say in a specific given game. That is awesome, and Kalshi is where you can do that. Head to the link in the description. Use code DIGESTNFL. That is code DIGESTNFL to get $20 when you trade 100. Now let's get back to the video. Dennis Allen has been catching some heat over the last couple of weeks now, and really the whole season, because the Bears defense has not performed at a level that we, would have hoped they would, or what we would have liked as fans and as the team, I guess you could say as well. I think Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen are a little bit disappointed, but I think a lot of fans are just overall fed up with the defense, and in specific, the secondary and the defensive line and in pretty much every position group. Although, the Bears have kind of been going through the injury, bad luck, and everything like that. It's been a struggle, and we have a couple of positive things to look at here soon. Somebody coming back on defense here this week for this playoff game. We also have some negatives that we need to talk about as well, and what needs to happen going forward for this defense to finally switch its course. And I kind of had a sense that this was going to happen, coming into this year, because we hired Ben Johnson, and in my opinion, the goal for this year was to fix the offense, have that clicking on all cylinders, Caleb develop in the way that we want him to, and then the defense, continues to do its thing and is still pretty good, but we're kind of just working on getting up to speed, and maybe you get 7, 8, 9 wins maximum, things like that. Well, the team ended up being a lot better than we had hoped, but the defense had dropped down significantly, where the offense is more towards top 5 in all categories and the defense is more bottom 5 in all categories, rather than it sort of evening out from what we've seen in the past from our Bears team. So very interesting stuff, and a lot of Bears fans are not happy with Dennis Allen and how he's kind of responded to certain situations, what players that he has played, and things like that. Let me know what you guys think down below in terms of the performance of this Bears defense and what Dennis Allen has done this year and what kind of job he has done. Give me a letter grade down below on how Dennis Allen has performed in his first year as defensive coordinator for this team. But one thing I wanted to point out here is Dennis Allen discussing Nahshon Wright in specific and his play here, as of recent. And a lot of Bears fans calling for Tyreek Stevenson to get more snaps, as he played 0 last week against the Detroit Lions, and Nahshon Wright was really, really bad. I think when the season started, none of us thought Nahshon Wright would be playing the way he has. Part of it is playing the hot hand. Well, if we're looking at things here, Nahshon Wright is not the hot hand right now. He's quite frankly the coldest on the team, along with Jaylon Johnson, who's coming back from injury. He doesn't look the same, and I think where you're at now, Nahshon Wright isn't the hot hand at all. He's getting burnt in every single coverage play, and yes, he is a ball hawk. Yes, he gets an interception here and there, which is awesome. He has outperformed all expectations, but he still is getting burnt in coverage every single week, multiple times, and that needs to be addressed and that needs to be changed. I think Tyreek Stevenson does, at least deserve some snaps to prove his stripes there and prove that he can be a better coverage corner than Nahshon Wright right now, because all the Packers are going to do here on Saturday is go at Nahshon Wright right away, just like the Detroit Lions did, and they're just going to punish that all day long. More from Dennis Allen here on the Focus this week and overall. Straightening out the Bears defense, just consistency in what we're doing, getting off the field on third down. That's been the biggest issue we've had. Part of it is we've played a couple of really good teams the past few weeks. And he's right on that, right? The teams that we've been playing, the 49ers and the Lions, they're good teams, right? They, are good offenses, no doubt. But the Bears have to be better. They cannot be keeping the ball away from their own offense and pushing their offense to only have 2 drives in a first half. And the time of possession is getting lost immediately. And it's a struggle, and it's something that, as a defensive coordinator, either one, you need to do better on getting off the field, of course, like you said, on third down. You need to be able to get to the quarterback, or after that, just give up points. If you know you're going to give up points anyways, might as well have it be a 2-minute drive than a 10-minute drive or an 11-minute drive. Like, at some point, something's got to give, and something needs to change here very fast. I know we're going to focus on this in the offseason, and things are going to be addressed. But right now it's playoff time, and we're not used to this where we're right into fix-it mode at this point of the year. We are in, hey, let's go win a game. We need to find a way to win a ball game now in the playoffs. Some positive news, though. Dennis Allen does believe Kyler Gordon is going to be a part of the game plan here this week against Green Bay. He is practicing today on the field with the team for the first time in over a month. And getting Kyler Gordon back, a guy who has played sparsely this year. He's also had a lot of Bears fans fed up with him getting a contract extension and then not playing at all and basically not being a part of the team this year, it seems. But aside from that, bad injury luck, when he has been on the field this year, he hasn't been quite the same. But the Bears do have a 3-0 record when he's on the field. So that's something to take note of. And with C.J. Gardner-Johnson probably being out, not being able to get out of the concussion protocol here by this Saturday, Kyler Gordon is going to be a huge piece, and he is a huge playmaker. And also, I think Dennis Allen will try to send him on a couple of blitzes to try to get home as best as he possibly can here in this game against the Packers. Obviously, they have not seen Kyler Gordon this year. The Packers haven't, and that could be some sort of an advantage that we can bring to the table in this game. So overall, the defense, the way it stacks up for the entire season, this is the full regular season, all the numbers. You're seeing here the best thing that the Bears have going for them is that fourth down conversion percentage, which obviously this fluctuates, and it's not necessarily a great telltale sign of a defense because not a lot of fourth downs that are happening, and those numbers are different for every single team across the league. Now, everything else is pretty bad, right? Pretty much bottom 5 in every other category. And everything like that. The points per game needs to get down. The yards per game definitely needs to get down. And I think all of these things can be addressed and fix a little bit in the offseason. But the pressure is now to figure out something, some sort of an edge that we can get some stops on defense. And it's not all Dennis Allen's fault. You can blame a lot of this on Ryan Poles as well. And the staff in scouting and everything like that for not getting the correct players in here. Grady Jarrett has been a bad signing. Dio Odingbo is a bad signing. All these guys that they thought were guys that would boost up this defensive line, it's terrible. The defensive line is really, really bad and it hasn't looked good, and the defensive line makes everybody else around them look good. So that's kind of number one in the offseason for Ryan Poles and the staff and Dennis Allen, everybody together as a conglomerate, to get together and find a defensive line that can actually get pressure with 4 on the quarterback. You're going to see the defense skyrocket after that because the secondary can cover and they don't have to cover forever. The linebackers are going to get better because it's significant in what they need in terms of the gap they need filled. The defensive line is going to do their part, and the linebackers are going to do theirs and go right to the gap that they need to fill in the run game and everything else, and it's going to be a lot more seamless in terms of the defense there. So, of course, a lot of things to work on, but overall, the Bears fans, myself included, have been fed up with the defense, for the majority of this season, but really the past couple weeks as well. Just haven't been able to get off the field, haven't been able to pressure the quarterback, all things like that. But here's to hoping that they figure out some sort of edge here this week against a rival opponent in a wild card round, prime time. The weather's going to be bad. Here's the thing. You've played them 2 times this last month. You should have all the film possible on them, and you should be able to find some sort of unique edge to get some stops when we need it the most. Thank you guys for joining Bears Digest here once again. We're going to be here the rest of the week discussing injury reports, everything you need to know before the game this Saturday. If you have not subscribed already, please do so. As always, bear down.